Yeah. It's quite religious. I feel kind of enlightened. I'm in God's church outside here.
I'm going to sing that just to you tonight.
They were quite new, you know. As you can see, we're above Loch Katrine. Well, you don't know that we're above Loch Katrine, but we are above Loch Katrine, take my word for it. And I'm here with Boardman Jim. Excellent.
Hi.
So we're just going a wee easy overnight. We're just taking the high route, the Primrose Hill Trail, and then we'll head back down to the loch in a kind of easy circle this afternoon, and then we'll stop and camp on, hopefully, I think it's Brenacoil Point or Benacoil Point, I can't remember. If you watch my videos, you'll have seen it before. I did think about Ben Ann, which is up there behind you, but I reckon that'll be so busy, even getting 2 tents in there might have been a struggle tonight. So hoping this is the better option, but the summer, amazing.
Lovely.
Looking up towards the Arachar Alps.
Is it? Oh, it is.
It should be. I think it is. I hope it is.
Is that Ben Moran's Dominion there?
There you go. Right. The Cobbler. And then Narnain. Nice. And the loch just looks nice and breezy, which should be pleasant for tonight. I think it will die off a bit, the forecast said. Which is why we didn't really want to do a summit camp today, because I think it was going to be pretty blowy. Somebody's out fishing. I think it's a fishing boat. So this is us at a spot which I believe was an Outlander. If I can find the scene, I'll put it on screen. I think this was their picnic spot, looking down over Loch Katrine in one of the episodes, but it's not I've only watched 1 or 2 episodes, I haven't watched the whole series. But it does afford a nice view. Ben Vanu looking great up there, camped on top of that, that's lovely. Ben Ann has virtually disappeared. And now we start the descent down towards the loch and go and find our wee camp spot. This. I've seen a few locks in my time, and I've seen a few gates in my time, but I've never seen the patented twin lock.
It is unique. But I'm not. You can see that
You're a beginner in the ways of these.
I'm not. Yes.
These modern locks. So it's already 6:15, and we've reached Brenacoil Point, which is going to be our campsite for tonight. Hopefully, it's pretty breezy actually, so it's going to be a good test of the tents. You can also see a goose down there in front of Jim, walking right along the fairway. But we'll try and find a couple of spots, and then hopefully we'll get a wee beach out the easterly wind on this side, I hope, and we should be able to cook up in relative comfort. But yeah, nice spot, and nobody here. Maybe in here somewhere, or it's an area over there. Okay folks, we have the PreTents border tent up tonight, 4 seasons, so it should do with this wind relatively well. If not, I can bolster the rear guys with some poles to give it that wee bit extra protection, but it's not really shifting at the moment. I'm not bothering with the vestibule tonight, I've gone a lot simpler. I mean, it's only 400 grams difference, but to be honest, I thought, you know what, I won't need it tonight if this is dry. And Jim is in his lovely Durston X-Mid DCF. Very nice as well. So we're both in pretty cool tents that should hold the weather off no problem, or at least hold this wind off. We'll just open these vents, actually let some of the air in, because it's actually pretty warm inside this tent. But there's lots of venting options at the sides, and a really big vent above me here, which I don't know if you can see. So I'm hoping it'll be a condensation free but cosy place tonight. So to save weight, I didn't even bother with a flex tail pump tonight. I'm just going to blow it up with the old lung power. So the mattress again tonight is the Light Tour, the winter version, about R7 rated. Won't need it tonight. I think it'll probably hit about 0 if we're lucky. But I do find it comfortable. I do have a slightly lighter one, but unfortunately it's sprung a slight leak and I can't find the leak. So I'll just stick to the winter one despite the slight extra bulk and weight. It's absolutely really comfortable and that means for a good night's sleep, so I'll stick with that. Big bag of food. Maltesers for later. Pillow. Sit that. And yeah, so yet again I've gone for the Decathlon MT900 down sleeping bag. 0 degrees, so should be fine for tonight in conjunction with the winter mat. And just in a large size, weighs in at 945 grams. So perfectly doable. Also got a couple of wee gadgets with me tonight. I'll tell you more about this later, but this is the Wuben G5, which comes out on the 8th of April. If you're watching this, it may already be out. I'm not sure when I'll publish this video. But a cracking little multi-faceted head torch, come light, with different light colours in it. And it actually lights up to 400 lumens. But look how small it is. And I've also got Nitecore have kindly sent me another couple of battery banks. This one is a 5000 milliamp one, which I thought was nice and light for tonight. And for a short overnight, it's probably no more than I need to maybe recharge the phone and possibly the drone. And the last part of my sleep system is this wee cheapy Decathlon pillow. Had it about a decade. It's okay, does the job. Relatively soft touch finish to it. You don't want to overinflate it. Certainly not for me because I like a nice low pillow. I was thinking about not taking it and just using my down puffer jacket, which I often do, to save a bit of weight, but oh God, for 100 grams, if that, 50 grams maybe. And if you follow my channel a lot, I've been kind of favouring this fire maple pot at the moment, which is very efficient. Still using the Soto Windmaster, as always, with a little detachable Triflex pot stand, only because I lost the original. We've got a lighter with some gas in it, very little. I've got a little tea light just in case for later. And the gas itself nests inside. And just a little cleaning cloth. And that's me, all ready to go. Jim's in his Durston X-Mid DCF. Nice, that looks like a very comfortable mat he's got in there as well. It's funny actually because the only time I ever used an X-Mid was on this very same spot, just here. So it's interesting to see it. Yeah, very nice DCF version of the X-Mid. You don't see an awful lot of them about. I think, is it Andy Beavers has got one, I think.
Metric, just over 500 grams.
You're always your summer go-to then, basically?
Yeah, I think so. If there's no threat of wind, definitely. It's not, I don't like it in wind, it's just a bit too rattly for me. And obviously, if the wind comes underneath, it can get quite cold in there.
The one thing I would say is it has masses of vestibule space, but for me, almost at the expense of the inner.
Yeah.
You know, I almost feel like, yeah, I'd love one at least, but
yeah,
wouldn't it be nice to have a wider inner perhaps? Yeah. Smells great. Now I realise it may look like a dog's breakfast, but I do assure you it's extremely tasty. I think it's time to get the fire on shortly, but it's worth watching this sun just disappear. Beautiful night. There we go. Jim's kindly brought a couple of fire logs and carried extra weight in, which was nice of him. So we'll get that going and then we'll just supplement it with some sticks. A little glass of rouge. Cheers everybody. Oh, good. Got some cheese and crackers, some Port Salut and some salted sea salt crackers. So that should go down quite nicely. And down here we're completely out the wind virtually, so it's like a different place down here. It's really cold up there. I reckon if the temperatures drop to about freezing and the wind stays pretty steady up there, yeah, it's going to be a cold one. So So I'm kind of glad I brought my double skin winter tent because it's pretty cozy inside. But down here, absolutely beautiful and very comfortable. Grand fire. Beautiful. So I wanted to show you something that was sent to me the other day actually. It's called a Wuben G5 and it's like a tiny little torch the size of a, I don't know if you can see it in that light there, but it's literally the size of a Zippo and actually thinner. But it has a kind of lock on here so you can move from lock to unlock to charging with a USB-C inside here. There is both a push button and a rotary button. So you can light up your tent and if you change the wheel you end up with these different colours. So it's quite a nice way to light up smaller spaces. You can make a nice warm colour or whatever. Then if you double click, I think on the side here, you can get various SOS modes as well. There you go. You can go to a normal white light, and this actually has a full 400 lumens, and apparently it'll run for half an hour at that, which I'm really surprised by. And then I just turn it down for using inside the tent, and it has a little metal clip on here you can see, which you can attach it to your jacket, your belt or whatever, and the clip swivels, so you can change the angle that it sits on your clothing or on your body. And then you just charge it up via the USB-C, as I say. It comes with a little lanyard you can add to it, because I'll probably lose it being so small, and it's black. But it's very well made, it's solid. And then this light on the top swivels, so you can use it in line like a torch, or turn it like a headlamp attached to your body. Anyway, interesting little thing, so I'm going to use it tonight for just lighting up the tent. Come in here to get it warmed up. I'm going to get in this bag, I'm going to edit this video, and just maybe catch up on some YouTube if I can get some signal. So yeah, I think this was a good choice of tent tonight, just because it is a lot warmer being a double skin and pretty well sealed as a 4-season tent, rather than going super light with a black diamond, or I had considered Bivian, which would be alright as well, to be fair, because it's dry. Right everyone, that's it, I've done my editing. I'm going to hit my kip, get the lights out and try and get some sleep for a wee while. We'll get up early in the morning, try and catch the sunrise. So, see you in the morning. Cheeky wee pan of chocolate on, get that warmed up. There we go. I did bring an expedition breakfast, but yeah, overkill for this. Didn't burn that many calories yesterday, so this little brekkie will do me for this morning. Jim was saying he got up during the night last night and managed to catch the aurora, hopefully on his GoPro. So keep an eye out for his video, he should have some nice footage. I don't know what it is with these cappuccinos, but they don't dissolve very well. You end up with clumps of very strong caffeine. So yeah, frosty night last night again, and right on the comfort level of my bag. A couple of times I was just getting cold, and I did have my trousers and my dry fit top on as well. So I'm not sure whether the bag is losing a wee bit of its fill power, or whether it just was genuinely pretty nippy, but it is frosty. Looking over to Ben Ann, looking beautiful in the distance, just waiting the sun coming up and to warm us up. Jim, I think as I said to you, got up in the night and saw the aurora, which I missed unfortunately. There was just a vague This is the north here. There was just a kind of vague glow last night which I tried to catch in camera, but I think he's got something which is much better. But he said it was pretty cold in his tent as well, which is obviously single skin and a bit more drafty. But the wind died down during the night at some point. Good morning, Mr. B.
Good morning, Mr. Park. How are you?
Let's mutually film each other. How was your night last night? All right?
It was alright. I've had better.
Yeah, same
It was
here.
very cold.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I really thought that sleeping bag was giving up the ghost. Because I was in these. And I was in my, well, just a merino top. But
Yeah, pretty much the same, but I could feel the coldness, you know. It were around me. Whenever I moved, there was a little bit of chill come through.
Aye.
You know, and then I was up and about piddling most at night. I think cold had got to my bladder, you know, and that's it. Once I'm going, but...
It wasn't the alcohol.
Possibly. No, great night.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Great star show by the looks of my camera this morning, and a bit of the Northern Lights as well.
Yeah, look out for Jim's video, because I think he's got the GoPros, so you'll get a lot more night footage than I can get on the phone. So
Yeah, fingers crossed.
So before I go, I just want to say a thank you to KraftGeek that sent me this tripod I've been using for this video. Hopefully you've seen some of the shots on there, nice and steady. But the thing is really well made. It's a kind of combination of ABS plastic with extendable legs and a telescopic selfie stick, as I would call it, but you can use it obviously as a tripod normally. There's a variety of attachments. I've kept the standard one on here, but that swivels so I can change my position when I'm doing social media stuff much more easily. And the whole thing is about, I think, 350 grams, so it's not the lightest, but it is very, very stable and nicely made, and extends out like a selfie stick. So thanks to KraftGeek for that. I'll continue to use that in my future filming, and I'll tell you more about it as I use it. But yeah, nice little piece of kit. And it just clips together, and then I can just put these extendable legs away. It also comes with a removable Bluetooth remote control. This is just magnetic and pops straight off. So yeah, it's very nice. I'll put a link in the description below for you in case you're interested. So that's that, the end of another short wee trip, and it was really nice to be back out with Boardman Jim. But we're going to head back to the cars. We're about 45 minutes, a fairly straightforward walk along the loch, so I'll probably not bother filming much from now on. But thank you again for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, it'd be really appreciated, and or give us a wee like if you're already subscribed. But hopefully you enjoyed some of the scenery. Cracking night, good crack with Jim, and it's time to head back to home duties. So I'll see you out there for the next one. Thanks again. Cheers.